On today's episode of Cooking with the T-Rex Chef, ribollita. It's a soup. What is it? You'll have to watch to find out. Stay tuned.
Don't ask me why I am this way. I should have stayed in bed today and
Hi everyone, my name is Andy. I'm the T-Rex Chef and welcome to my kitchen. Today I am making ribollita. What is it? It's an Italian style soup. Right here we have all the ingredients. We have celery, carrots, onion, cannellini beans, dried bay leaf, there's some chili flakes right down there, crushed red tomatoes, Parmesan cheese. We're using this in two ways. We're using the actual cheese and we're using the rind. Right in my face. We're using the rind and we're using the cheese. First thing you're going to want to do is get your oven at 425 degrees because this soup actually finishes in the oven. We have this pan hot here on the stovetop. I'm all over the place today, Barry. Sorry. The other ingredient is some really good crusty bread. I got this at Wegmans. We're going to use half of this to put into the soup and then half of it is going to be taken and put over the top of the soup when it's just about to go into the oven. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get our mirepoix going, and we have some mirepoix footage for you. Now, once you have your mirepoix set, we're going to start sauteing, but before you do that, what I'm doing is I have my vegetable stock on the stove right now heating up. So when you put it in there, it's already hot. It kind of speeds up the process. Let's get some olive oil into the pan. This is about a quarter cup's worth. So our mirepoix is going to go in. Our garlic is going in. We're seasoning. You want to sweat these down. You really don't want to cook them down with color. This is going to take about 7 to 8 minutes to sweat these out. Now the original recipes, they all call for kale. I'm not a fan of kale. I'm going to use Swiss chard. It's my show. I'm going to do what I want. So I'm getting this set aside. So when I'm done sauteing the vegetables, our stock is going to go in, followed by our beans, followed by our dry ingredients, which again are bay leaf and crushed red pepper, followed by our tomato sauce, crushed red tomatoes. San Marzanos, if you can. If not, it doesn't matter. Don't have to use San Marzanos, but preferably you should use those. All right, again, not much color on it, just more sweated and cooked down than anything. We're gonna add the rest of our ingredients. First thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna separate the rind from the cheese of the Parmesan. I'm going to add my tomatoes. Give that a stir.
That's a good beat.
Give me a beat. Beans going in. At this point, you're really going to want to add some more seasoning. A little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper because you've added tomatoes and you've added beans. Not too much though because you can readjust at the very end. Going to give this about a 2-minute saute just to cook a little bit of the rawness out of the tomato. And remember, you have your stock already ripping and roaring behind you, in front of you, beside you, wherever. All right, now that we've cooked the tomato down a little bit, we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. That is our dried bay leaf and our chili flakes. About a half a teaspoon for the chili flakes and about 3 bay leaves. This is one of the most essential parts of this and making this work very well is the rind of the Parmigiano Reggiano that you're using. If you don't have that, you can probably just add about a quarter cup of Parmigiano cheese, but the rind really does, in a way, give it its unique flavor. That's going in. Next thing we're adding is our hot vegetable stock. Swiss chard. not the kale. If you want to use kale, use kale. I've got nothing against it if you use kale. Kale's not my thing. I love Swiss chard. I'm using Swiss chard. That goes in. Now, right now is when we are going to taste for seasoning. See where we are. It's spot on. It's pretty good. All right. Next ingredient, it's the bread. The crusty bread is going literally right into our soup. So we're just gonna cut this up, little cube size. No need to dice it up. Use your hands. Use what the Lord gave you. So now we have a third of that in the pan. Let's give this a good stir to coat the bread. That's sexy right there. That's sexy. Look at that. That's absolutely gorgeous.
Yummy.
Yeah, that looks amazing. So now this is the piece of resistance is what's gonna happen. We're gonna take this bread, we're not gonna mix it in, we're just gonna put it on top. We're gonna put some olive oil on it. It's going into our preheated oven at 325 for about 10 to 15 minutes. And the end result is gonna be this caramelly, crusty, bubbly, amazing thing. So let's go ahead, put this in. Getting some olive oil on this. Use your extra virgin, your darker olive oil, because that's gonna have a lot more flavor than your sauteing olive oil. Now this is going right into the oven, and 10 to 15 minutes later, we're gonna take it out. I'm gonna show you how beautiful it is. There you go, folks. Now it's time to just plate.
Man, oh man, shit.
Look at that. It's sizzling. That's some sexy stuff right there. There you go, folks. Ribollata. Very simple and fresh and tasty. It's vegetarian as well. My name is Andy. I'm the T-Rex chef. If you liked what you've seen, hit the like button. If you really liked what you've seen, hit the subscribe button. With me, as always, behind the camera, doing all the hard work, is Barry. Thank you for being here, Barry.
You're welcome.
All right, now we're gonna taste it, folks. We'll see you again on another episode of Cooking with a T-Rex Chef. Let's get some of this crusty bread over here. That's good. That's really good. There you go, folks. Take care. See us again.
Hi, how you doing?